Up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 32, Nasdaq's up 45, S&P's up 2.5. Gold contract up $10, trading 2009. You got silver up 34 cents, $28.02 an ounce. Light sweet crude down 38 cents, $42.52 a barrel. Notes and bonds. We have the 10-year flat, 139.09. The 30-year is up 2 at 178.13. And King Dollar is down at 609 points. Ticks rather at 92.244. The euro is at 119. The yen is at 105.42, and the British pound is at 132 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We get over and we take a look at this market, folks. Bottom line is that you're going to look at the S&Ps. The S&Ps can't hold price. I don't expect anything to hold price out here today, too. You can kind of see.
Where are we at, guys? Oh, I don't know what O means. Go. Hey, okay, sorry about that, folks. So a bit of a internet issue, but we should be up and going now. Good. Okay, so we'll skip all the opening stuff and so forth. We're right now, this 1:08 in the afternoon, we've got a mixed bag out here. Let's go figure out what that mixed bag means. You got the Dow trading down less than 0.1%, so no big deal. It's flat. The S&Ps are up 0.3%. The Nasdaq 100 up 0.9%, trading out 11,383. The Russell's been the one that has been the big, is where the big piece of information comes from. So let's go take a look at that. What's that big piece of information, Steve-O? Good question. And by the way, right now I've got limited charts. And I apologize for that. As I get things back up and going here, it takes a while for all of these different worksheet spaces to get rolling. But here's what we can take a look at. This is what we know so far. So as we take a look, so the Russell 2000 has been the weak indice on the day. And what you're really focused on is the very right-hand panel of my screen out here, right? The most important thing, one of the most important things that you would like is to always know where the buyers and where the sellers are. Now, I've got the charts up here, Jay, so you don't see them. So, okay, the guys in the production room, if we could get the charts up there for the folks in the den, that would be great. While they're doing that, getting that rolling out here, let me describe what's going on here. And that is, so what we use a couple of different tools to help us identify support and resistance out here. One of those tools are TAS market profiles. The bottom of the market profile is the place where buyers reside within a price range, and that's the beginning of the price range. So in the case of the Russell 2000 is 1560 and some change out there. The top of the box is where the sellers reside, 1605. The center is where both buyers and sellers believe there's fair value inside that price range. So they pin it on 1572 as the number out there. Now, the important thing is when the center line, the center of that profile is closer to either the top or the bottom, it gives us either a bullish or bearish structured profile. If it's closer to the bottom, we have way more buyers lined up between 1560, 1572-ish area, and they should be able to hold that support level. And if they don't, then that gives us, and if they don't for 2 days, then that gives us our change in trend signal out here. Well, take a look at the Russell 2000 as it pushed down, and this is really subtle. It only got down to a low out here of 1563.10, whereas 2 days ago, it was right to 1560.90. So you know how well that 1560.90 level is an area of support. So that's what you're going to want to be watching during the day. But today's low was slightly higher slightly higher than the low from 2 days ago, and into a bullish structured profile. You know what the signal is here for the Russell 2000? You can't bust them down. What's it going to do? Yeah, I should have a little button out there that just so that you don't hear it with my voice. I can put it in Tom's voice, because he'll tell you if you can't bust them down, price is going to go bust them to the upside. Well, if we take a look at the Russell 2000, that is the message that we have out here. Now, the Dow is struggling. We know the Dow is struggling because if we take a look at the YM, so that's going to be the second chart from the right-hand side, we're looking at the equity future contract. The reason that we spend most of our time on the futures contract is because for you and I, with regard to these patterns, it's all about price discovery and those patterns, whether it's wave counts, whether it's a TD9 count pattern, whether it's the Rhodes momentum indicator signals out here. And so it's, if we take a look at and so therefore the futures contracts provide us with all that information. Well, here we can see, unlike the Russell 2000, it has a bullish structured profile. And here's our real tug of war, because see, in the ES Mini and the NQ, they're off on their own doing their own thing, which is moving higher out here. They're above resistance levels. We can go find some resistance levels, but in the case of the Russell and the Dow equity futures contracts, they're the ones trading with inside their profiles. And inside the Dow, it is a bearish structured profile. And so that 28,069 is going to be the key level of resistance. I'm not saying that price can't overtake it. If it does, it's a very bullish message coming to us about the Dow equity future contract from its daily time frame. Well, here, if you take a look at the ES Mini, that's on your very left. You're above yesterday's high. That's always bullish. Didn't take out yesterday's low. So that's just simply a bullish interpretation. There is no other way. Well, you can interpret it however you want to, but I guarantee you, with regard to profiles and understanding where resistance is at that 33.62, and you're trading above it, and you've taken out yesterday's high, it's a bullish message, and that's what we've got going on inside the NQ as well. So two of the three are generating that signal, but I think the real important message is coming from the Russell 2000, which for the second out of the third days out here was unable to bust them to the downside. You should really expect and anticipate that price is going to try to bust it to the upside. Now, I'm not saying this afternoon, but that is the message coming from it. If we go take a look at this, see what the New York Stock Exchange is doing out here now. So these markets are just, this psychopath out here. If we take a look at the advanced decline oscillator reading, that is below zero. It reads right now minus 29 and change out there. That's panel number 2. When price gets below that level, and I don't know where this is the end of day, we're looking at 113. But if this was the end of the day, we would say it's possible that sellers are gaining control of the market. The reason why it's possible is because you have to have 2 closes below the zero threshold line for it to really mean anything out there, for it to mean anything to Stevie at this stage. Now, even though sellers may be in control out there, based on that message, if you go back and you study the New York Stock Exchange and its advanced decline oscillator or the summation index, that's the third panel on my chart out here, doesn't matter, and you study the price activity of the New York Stock Exchange when, for example, the advanced decline oscillator is below that zero threshold, combined with the spot volatility index being below the 50-day exponential moving average, what you're going to see is very minimal declines out there. Whereas if you get that below zero, the advanced decline oscillator, and the spot volatility index above the 50-day exponential moving average, well, what you get is what we saw back here in that February to March move lower. That's not the conditions that we have as of 1:14 in the afternoon. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 15, S&P's up 9, NASDAQ 100 is up 94 points out there. So let's go to the only question that we have inside the queue. By the way, if you'd like to reach us, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com, and inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And, of course, in our Tigers Den money ping will do. So let's take a look at Dennis G. writes in and wants to take a look at ticker symbol NAIL. It's an ETF out there. And Dennis, I certainly reckon it's a triple ETF for the home builders supply. So it's a direction share out there. And I recommend, Dennis, you're investing in this. I assume you're investing in this. Go take a look at the components that make this up. That will help you in trying to determine what this is going to do. You're asking, your question specifically says, what's the outlook for NAIL for the long term? And I don't know the answer to that. I'd like to be able to tell you what the answer to that is. Here's what I can say is right now, a price is trading above both the daily, the daily, weekly, and the monthly top of its profiles. Those are where sellers are at. So from that standpoint, prices above where the sellers are at. That means what you're really looking for here is some type of pattern that would identify some type of top. Short-term, intermediate term, we don't know. By the way, those levels of support or resistance that price is up against, those could become levels of support on a pullback out here. Now, 42.28 would be the 43.20 is the top of the daily, and 42.28 is the top of the monthly. And what you can see here, Dennis, if you're watching this on Tiger TV, I've got the monthly that's in the center out there, and you can see the A to B equals CD pattern that is underway. Now, the first leg, which took us from $4.76 up to $34.73, and that's a big move. Then there was a retracement. It was just basically was a 1 bar, a 2 bar knee-jerk reaction low, which did a retracement of 43%. Now, when you do a retracement of only 43%, odds favor that this is going to do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. Price is trading right now in that 1-to-1 A to B equals CD target zone. 51.57 was the target. You're 52.30. So odds favor at this stage here that price is going to make its way up to one of those expansion levels, 59.72 or 70.09. That's about as far out as I can give to you. I can't tell you time-wise what it's looking at, but we can see the A to B equals CD pattern. It's a strong move. Price is on the left side of that C to D leg, so that is good out here. Let's pull over my other charts to see if there's any kind of signals that you've got to pay attention to. So on the daily time frame out here for nail, I've got possibly, so today's going to be a TD9 count. Yesterday was the TD9 count. Today is the bar following 9. So here's the deal. If you're invested in nail, whatever today's high ends up being, I don't know what that will be. If price closes over that high tomorrow, then you have a strong momentum move to the upside. Otherwise, you've got the potential for you don't have the potential. You have a short-term topping signal. Whether it will take effect or not, that I can't tell you. The first level of support on the way down would be 49.31. And then below that, you'd be looking at 42.07. And then below that, 29.72. So the daily time frame says to be cautious. Now, it's very possible that this TD9 count pattern doesn't take hold and price makes its way up to its TD9 breakdown level of 66.79. So this is a time to be cautious. Adjust your stop, things along those lines. If we take a look at the weekly time frame chart out here, the weekly, we took a look at the A to B equals CD. You can see that when it did form its B point, that was with bar number 9. On a weekly basis, you're only in bar number 7 out here. So that supports the A to B equals CD price projection. I can't do that on the white background chart right now, but you've got that price projection we were looking at. On the monthly basis, really not enough data out here to provide me with a ton of information to assist you. So we're just going to go with the daily and the weekly. And the daily says just be cautious. However, if tomorrow price begins trading and closes above today's high, then, Dennis, the decision is easy. The decision with regard to what its intent is, and the intent is that price wants to move up to the 66.79 level. I hope that helps you out. So that takes care of all of the questions out here, or at least all that I know while I was kind of trying to, as things weren't working like I thought they would when I was getting online. So I think I have checked all the emails out there. But inside the Tiger's Den, if there's something you want me to look at, please let me know. Let's go take a look at Goldilocks out here. I know there's always requests to take a look at the precious metals area. I wish I could get my other charts up to show you where prices trade in relationship for gold's standpoint to its oscillator unchanged line. I believe this morning, this is dangerous because I'm going from memory, it was right around 2010 or 2009, somewhere right in that 2010. We're trading at 2011 right now. So in the case of gold, price is running right up against Stevie's green line. Can I pull it up this way? DC 2- on this set of charts here. Whoops. Give me a moment here, folks. I want to try to. This is the green line on this will probably be off just a tad. Well, maybe not. Okay, so here I'm going to pull over this chart. So here's a couple things that we know with regard to gold. So gold had busted through with conviction the bottom of its bullish structured profile. It did that on the trading day of August 11th. It closed below it again on August 12th. So there's Stevie's 2-bar rule. There was a new profile that formed yesterday, and price was below where that profile formed. It's typically a bearish message out there, overhead supply. Now, price is trading above the bottom of that profile, which is 2013. However, what price is not doing, it's not taking out Stevie's green line, which is, and it's at 2017. Good thing we didn't go from my memory. So 2017 is the number. Maybe it was 2020 or something like 2019. That's what it was, 2019 earlier this morning. So the number is going to fluctuate a tad, but you can see it here in live action. So if this is just a counter trend rally in gold, right now that's what we have to call it out here because of the confirmed top that it has. That confirmed top is as an A to B equals CD pattern out here. And so if this is just a counter trend rally, price should not close above Stevie's green line. If price does close above it, and again, it's 2017, so say it's got to close around 20, 22, 23, something like that, then price will go ahead and target its profile levels, its remaining profile levels, 2056 and 2099. But at this stage of the game, what gold is signaling to us is this is just a counter trend rally. Now, let's go take a look at the Let's go take a look at, I guess I'll pull up the GDX versus the XAU at this stage here. So let's go see what its message, what the message of the miners are out here. And in the GDX, let's put up our 3 time frame profile charts, daily, weekly, monthly. We're above the daily. We're in between the weekly, which is a bearish structured profile. So the real significant resistance inside of the GDX for those that are trading it or those that are in it is 45.78. Let me pull over the GDX and see what it is doing out here for its daily time frame. So trading at 42.70, which is just below Stevie's green line. Stevie's green line is at 42.98 out here. So here you've got the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top inside the GDX. Price never busted through the key level of support of 38.34, but this could be, depending on the close today, again below 42.98. Below 42.98 would be a rejection of Stevie's green line, and that just says caution. Caution Will Robinson. So now let's go back to the short-term time frame charts, or we'll do that when we get back from this break. But let me pull over the 30-minute time frame chart for gold, because this will be the key. This is how we stitch everything together. Gold would have to close below 2 bars in a row, 2,000.10. See how gold came down through that level? This is the 30-minute chart. But it didn't hold that level on that next bar. That's Stevie's 2-bar rule out here. Hey, we'll be right back and finish up taking a look at the voting box. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at gold. Before we went into the break, what's on the screen right now is the 30-minute time frame chart for gold. And so before we're going to break, this 2,000, this little red dash line on this chart out here for the 30-minute time frame, that's the TD9 breakout level. And price did close below it. Nice big move below it at 10:30 this morning. But it didn't stay below that. The very next bar closed right back above it. So support is held. We take a look at the 30-minute time frame. However, resistance. Price is traded right into resistance. That's Stevie's green line out here. We're trying to look for some type of signal as to whether or not this is just a counter trend rally in gold based upon last week's activity. And I don't have the answer to that. We know that on the daily basis that price has found resistance. Again, that is Stevie's green line out here. And that would be a normal place for a counter trend rally to find resistance in a bear market. Likewise, on a pullback in a bull market, that's where price would find support. So we see that occur all of the time out here. The interesting time frame charts that are really generating signals for us, well, first, there's the 60-minute time frame chart. The 60-minute time frame chart, we can see that price pulled back to its breakout level of 1989.40, pulled back perfectly and held it. Now, price is below a bear structured 60-minute profile and below Stevie's green line. So here, we don't know if this is just a counter trend move overall at this stage. If I take a look at the 2-hour time frame chart, the 2-hour time frame chart, not a lot of information I'm going to glean from it, but on the 240, the 4-hour chart, different story. The last bar was bar number 8 of a TD9 count, so this is qualifying right now as a TD9 count top. However, we can also see that Stevie's red-green line had changed colors, and when that happens out here, we typically see price net line catch up to each other. Well, in this case here, now the 240-minute time frame is not over. That won't be until, I believe, 2 o'clock. Let me just see here. That one was at 10, right? Yeah, 10, so at 2 o'clock. So it just got less than 30 minutes to go. But this is a bullish message. So now I've got a bullish message and a bearish topping pattern out here. And I've got real resistance at 2041.40 to be exact on the 240-minute time frame. And the 5-hour time frame, 300-minute, really reacted, is doing the same thing that the 240 is out here. So there's conflicting messages. It's really that simple. However, if you were to see it close below 1987, that's the 2-hour Stevie green line. But really, I'd go to the 60-minute time frame of 1989.40. If you see 2 closes below that, well, then that is supporting what we're looking at in the daily time frame, that this could be at the A to B equals CD to the downside. Again, if price closes above Stevie's green line on the daily, that's at 2017. So let's call it 2022 is where price needs to close. Then not a counter trend rally. And instead, price moves up to 2046 to 2089 out there. So that's Goldilocks. Now, I see somebody wrote in asking about natural gas. And the question was, will it stay up? Now, I'm going to put in the continuous contract out here just simply so that we can more easily on my system look at the weekly and monthly and or quarterly time frames to get some gauges as to where price might be going. Because Earl the Pearl, who wrote in, he said, will natural gas keep going up? So if we take a look at the daily time frame out here, there's an A to B equals CD pattern that is in play. No bearish reversal candle or anything like that today. So that supports continuing to move higher. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame chart. Try to get a feel for where there's resistance out here. And it's at $2.70. So when I look at the bottom, I see a wave number 7, letter G, on my screen. So that marked the bottom out there on the weekly time frame. And you're in week number 7 of a TD9 count. We know that those highs, if this is going to identify a high, would be bars 8 or 9 or the bar following 9. So over the next 3 weeks, not this week, over the next 3 weeks, you could get a topping signal, and you're going to want to watch the 270 area. Now, a close above 270 on a weekly basis would tell you, hey, this thing wants to continue to move higher. But Earl, that is where it looks to me like price is gunning for, and that is where you've got some resistance. Now, on a monthly time frame chart out here, now, again, the futures contract is going to perhaps have a slightly different figure out there, but I really want to answer your question, where is price headed to? And on a monthly time frame, that level gets up to about 372, but you've got resistance at 276. And on a quarterly basis out here, just to see what we've got here with regard to natural gas, I don't have much that I can really add in this scenario just yet. So, Earl, the answer to your question is, as long as price stays above, well, the top of its daily profile, stays above Stevie's green line, which is 224, it does look to me like price wants to go target the 270 level. You're trading at 2.4 or so right now. So hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. Let's do this too. Ruby is asking about the U.S. dollar index. Now pull over the current contract, but I also am going to use the continuous here, Ruby, just so you and I and everybody else that's watching can simply go take a look at the longer term time frame so we can try to figure out some projections. Now I'm going to pull my other chart over here that's got the September contract, which we'll be rolling over to, I'm not sure how many more days are left, probably about 25, 30 days. But Ruby, as we take a look at this, we had a nice little 9 count and a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom that formed out here on August the 7th. And the price got up towards the top of its profile, not all the way up there on August the 12th. And now we're seeing price pull back. So on the pullback, I've got 2 potential bottom signals. One, we're taking a look at wave number 7. So that's letter G, and that's starting I'm not sure where that's starting from with regard to my account. So we can also see prices still stretch. Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. Now, if price closes below the low of bar number 9, that low is 92.475. Below that right now. So Ruby, if price is below that, then a bullish pattern will have failed, and you'd be waiting for the next bullish signal. And as long as price is moving lower, doing less relative energy, then what you're looking for is a bullish reversal candle to then identify that it's trying to form a bottom. What we can see here on the daily activity of the U.S. dollar index is it is trying to form a bottom. But the bulls have been unable to do that. But the valid topping patterns out here, bottoming patterns out here are present. So you just simply stay on guard. Sometimes Rhodes Momentum Indicator takes a few times before it actually takes hold out here. So watch that low. That's what the daily time frame. I'm going to switch over to my other set of charts out here. Here's the weekly. And on the weekly, you're going to be in bar number 7 of a TD9 count pattern. And this would say that if we don't see a bottom signal inside the U.S. dollar index, Ruby, the price target becomes 88.94. That's the weekly breakout level, 88.94. So we don't see anything on the weekly. The daily says keep paying attention to it because it's got potential out there, but you've got to wait for the confirmation. And as we take a look at the monthly time frame chart here, we can see that price is pulling back to its breakout level, which is 91.59. So it depends on what type of weight you put on longer term charts. But in the case of the monthly time frame chart, I'd be keeping my eye on that 91.59 coinciding with a bullish reversal signal on the daily time frame to set a nice bottom in there, Ruby. And if price closes below 91.59, we don't get that signal on the daily time frame, well, then you'll know that price may be targeting the 88.94 level. That's coming off of the weekly time frame. On a quarterly basis, do I have anything out here? Probably not. I probably have to load more data than is out here. Yeah, so I don't have anything there. So that's what the stock charts are telling us, Ruby, when we take a look at the U.S. dollar. Bob wants to take a look at coffee. Coffee, I believe, is switching over to the October contract. I'll have to look as we go to this breakout here. But we'll take a look at coffee. Fire up a nice pot of coffee, would you, while we go take a look at it? But not for me. For me, maybe a nice piece of dark chocolate would do. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the coffee futures contracts out here for Mr. Bill in the den, I believe. And so you can still, September contract is still trading. That's in the left-hand panel. But the active contract is December out here, currently about 18,000 contracts today. That's going to be panel number 2. And what you should notice here on each of these panels, was it Bill that asked me for that? Bob, it was Bob, my apology there, Bob A, and Mr. Bill, my apology. And so, but what I want you to pay attention to is the new profiles that formed last week, and you'll see that 3 of the 4 are bullish in structure. And the one that's not bullish in structure, it's just normal. It happens to be December, unfortunately. The reason I say unfortunately, because December is the actively traded contract. That should be, if you're looking at this, Bob, because you're trading the ETF Joe, go take a look at what the holdings are. But I would believe it's December that's in there. In any event, where price looks like it's targeting is the top of its profile. So that's the 125.37 area on the December contract. Now you can see some descending trend lines out there, these little yellow diagonal lines. And so about 128.90, if price can get above that, then there's an A to B equals CD to the upside. That's a pretty large one. I mean, a large one that says that coffee gets up to about the 152.85 level out there. So everything looks really good when we take a look at coffee out here. Now I don't see any other questions out here. And so with that being the case, if you do have a question, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648 or type something in on the den. I'll just sift through. I'm curious what has been going on inside the commodity complex. So we'll just start. And subscribers get these charts each morning. This helps them with whatever it is that they're trading. Well, first, take a look at patterns as they educate themselves. And then secondly, use this for trading, understand where support and resistance are. For example, here is gold. We've already been through that. Here is silver now as we take a look at silver. In the case of silver, you'll see that it has bullish structured profiles out here for September. And this is suggesting, because price is well above the center of its profile out here, this is suggesting that price wants to go tag the top of that box at 29.91. Now, silver I want to see here, because we took a look at gold, so I want to pull it up and see if silver is also trading into Stevie's green line. Again, a counter trend rally would find resistance at the oscillator and change line. We know that gold had traded up there, but let's take a look at silver and see what silver is doing. And silver is really just slightly above it. It is above it. 27.96 is the number. If silver can close above 27.96, an odds favor move to the 29.91 level. Yeah, that's the way that the silver chart is looking. Let's take a look at the copper now. Copper, boy, this thing has taken off. It's up above prior resistance levels out here. Let me pull up my other charts here for copper, HG. We're into the December contract out here, and let's see what it's doing. So everything looks like copper, Dr. Copper, is breaking out, but there may be some. I may not have that exactly correct. I wish I had my other charts, but I don't. Yeah, so 296. So this little green line, that is the breakdown line. See, we're on the weekly time frame that's generated a TD9 count top out here. So copper's got a nice move today, but it must close above 2.968 on a weekly base. Really, it's got to close above. I take that back. It's really got to close above $3, 3.007. For it to have a breakout message. And that breakout message would suggest a price move to about 323 out there. So a nice move today, but it hasn't confirmed itself as far as the break higher, although it's looking fairly good at this point here at 146 in the afternoon. If we take a look at platinum, and in the case of platinum, I'll answer your question with regard to Apple in a moment here. I see that's a question. With regard to platinum, it's trading with inside its bullish structured profile as well. So all the metals are really doing the same thing out here. Let's answer the question with regard to Apple, and that came in from Oda Nobunaga, one of the great warlords in Japan. The first unifier, I believe. And Oda wants to know if we see anything different in Apple today versus yesterday. And I believe the answer is, I don't know. Let's go find out. So here's what we looked at yesterday. Yesterday, what Apple did was it generated a bearish engulfing candle. And it did so as price was moving higher, doing it with less energy out there. However, what price didn't do, remember, folks, when we began the show, we started talking about key levels of support or resistance. We use our task market profiles, we use our TD9 counts, and we use Stevie's green line. Those are the only three things we actually need to help us identify support and resistance out here. Well, that green line is a support line. So even though we had a bearish signal yesterday, price didn't break through support. I guarantee you, unless price closes below a key level of support, whether it's a short-term time frame that you're looking at, even if it's on a daily chart, if there's going to be a change in trend, we should see short-term time frame support fail. And yesterday we looked at it and it had not. And here in the case of Apple, so it's really neutral right now, Oda, with regard to its message because of yesterday's bearish engulfing, which is resistance out there. But support is 459.24, Stevie's green line. So it's really kind of a neutral-ish type of a signal. Now, on a weekly basis, what Apple is in is it has a TD9 count. That TD9 count says that whatever the high is this week would be the high, and that price would begin to pull back. So the cool thing about this, Oda, is, and I don't know where the high is going to be this week, but if we come in next week and prices trade above this week's high, and most certainly if it closes above it, then what we know is this pattern did not identify the top. And really what it would be signaling to you and I is a strong momentum move, very much like it did here. So take a look at this. It's the beauty of the pattern out here. Provides us with so much information. So on the weekly basis, we had a TD9 count that occurred on June the 12th. There was a slightly higher high the following week. That helps. June 20 and June 19th. And then on that 2 weeks later, there was a close above that. And it's been off to the races. Any pullback on a weekly basis is what? A test of support, Stevie's green line out there. So the oscillator and change line, another valuable tool. The monthly time frame chart doesn't give us any signal of any kind of a topping pattern out here. And if I look at the quarterly time frame for Apple, it also doesn't. So it's really going to be the weekly and the daily Oda where we get our signals from. And I think that it's going to be this week's high that is the important level. Unless we begin seeing Apple really pull back, start getting inside daily profiles, things of that sort. But we don't have that message as we speak right now. So the question was, do we see anything different with Apple today versus yesterday? And the answer is we don't see anything different. We've got the confirmed top. and watch for yesterday's high. If that gets taken out, then that topping signal will have failed out there. So thanks for writing in. Hope that helps you out. Let's continue looking out here, and you're very welcome. Let's take a look at palladium. What's palladium doing? Consolidating with inside its profiles. Nothing much. What's light sweet crude doing? Nothing much. Contained by descending trend lines. Tops of profiles, been trading sideways. We already covered natural gas. T-bonds are just simply trading within both their daily and their weekly profiles. If you look over on the right-hand side, this is my synthetic contract out here. So just consolidating. Lean hogs, what are they doing? Not much. How about feeder cattle? What are they doing? They've pulled back to support. That's the bottom of the daily profile. Live cattle look like they want to pull back a bit further to test a trend line. Soy oil is trading above its daily profiles and some trend lines. Looks like this wants to trade higher as well. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks and commodities, along with specific recommendations including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive.
We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com and hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com. Then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we've got the Dow off 4 points flat. The S&P's up 10. The NASDAQ 100 up 98. Russell is off 12. Semis are down 10. New York Stock Exchange is basically flat out there. So as far as the rest of the trading day goes, what can I provide you with out here? We've got a mixed bag, and we take a look at a mixed bag out here. For example, Here's the ES Mini. And in the case of the ES Mini, it's a 30-minute time frame chart, but here's what we know. We know that prices trade above all opening ranges. That's the European, U.S., and the Asian opening range. And if price can clear the area where it's trading right now, about 33.88, price should continue moving higher. On a 30-minute base, we're only in bar number 4 of a TD9 count, so no topping signals out there. So that's what the ES Mini is communicating to us. The NQ is communicating something similar. Something similar is prices trading above all of its opening ranges, U.S., European, and Asian opening ranges. This is going to be bar number 7 of a TD9 count. That does say that at between 230 and 330, you could see a short-term top inside of the NQ. So look, folks, if we come into the 3 o'clock time frame, let's see, this is going to be bar number 7. 8, 9 would be 3:30 time frame, and you start to see the NQ pull back. Don't start saying things like, that's it, that's the top. It's just pulling back. It's doing what it's supposed to do. You make that TD9 count pattern and typically you either pull back, you move sideways, but you've got to bust through support for anything to have any meaning. Now, that's the NQ and the ES, both of which are trading above all opening ranges out there. The Russell 2000 is not trading above it, nor is the Dow Equity Futures contract. And it's trading with inside opening ranges, so it's just consolidating. But above 27,798, that's bullish and says a run to 27,843. And above 27,843, well, then the message would be, hey, you know what? I'm going to go try to tag the top of my daily profile. And again, inside the spot volatility, inside the Dow Equity Future contract, that number is 28,069. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Sorry about that rough start that we had, but everything came off just fine. Have a terrific Tuesday. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours, and I'll see you on wonderful Wednesday. Take care, folks.